Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about how to get out of a reading slump. I have so many different ways that I try to get out of it, but I'm going to give you my 5 top tips on how to get out of one. So let's go ahead and get into it. Alright guys, I have my trusty iPad here. I've written down all my different tips that I have just because I'm recording with my phone and I knew if I didn't write them down, I would forget all the tips I had to share with you guys. And so I have this here just to help me remember all of my tips. So let's go ahead and talk about them. Normally, I can usually tell when I'm about to get into a reading slump or I'm getting close to burnout when I'm not reading the book as quick as I normally do, or I'm constantly checking my phone or checking my watch and getting distracted while I'm reading. And so that's my sign that I need to do something to help me get out of my slump before it gets too thick into it. The first thing I like to do is pick up a different genre of a book. I usually go towards fantasy or romance. And so since I always go towards those two, I love a romance. I love a romantasy. I love fantasy. I love those. Those are my top 2 genres that I like to read. However, you get burnt out on it because it's so much world building with fantasy. Romance, you kind of know what's going to happen and everything is very predictable most of the time. And sometimes you just need that. But when you're getting close to burnout, sometimes that's not really helpful. And so what I like to do is I like to pick up a different genre. And so what I usually go towards is a mystery or a thriller, just because I know that with me, I need something that's going to be fast-paced. I need something that's going to capture my attention. And so with that, I usually go towards that genre for me personally, just because I know it'll capture me and it'll make me want to keep reading. My second tip, and this is going to sound crazy, is to take a day or 2 away from reading. Just kind of take a nice little step back. I know that sounds crazy, but sometimes that does help you get out of a rut, just because if you're trying too hard to read and you can't focus on it, you're not going to enjoy it, you're not going to want to do it, and then you're not going to enjoy the book as much as you would if you would just take a step back. So I also like to play video games. I enjoy Valorant. I enjoy different cozy games. It just depends on what vibe I'm really going for that day. And so sometimes I will pick up a game instead of reading, just so I can just enjoy something different and take a break from reading for a day or 2, because I know it's going to kind of help me get back into wanting to read. But that's just me personally. But you can also do different hobbies like coloring, watch YouTube videos, do other hobbies, go walk outside, just do something else for just a day or 2, and it'll help you want to get back into reading. Another tip that I really love doing, and I love doing this with my favorite series, I will go back and reread my favorite all-time series. And so I love doing this because I know what to expect. It's kind of like rewatching your favorite show. So everyone binge watches their favorite show over and over. For me, it would be Vampire Diaries. Guilty. Love it. Always want to go to Georgia and go to Mystic Falls and go explore. It's on my bucket list. I'm going to do it one day. I will go and reread my favorite series if I feel like I'm getting into a rut, and I'll go and reread it just because I know what to expect and that there's no unknown. And so that's part of it too. It's kind of like watching your favorite TV series. You know what's going to happen. There's no unknown, and it's like a big hug, and it's like very comforting just to be able to go reread your favorite series or your favorite book. Another tip I have for myself is to set mini timers. So I don't like to set long timers. However, for myself, when I know I can see myself getting into a rut or getting into a slump of reading, I know I need to set little mini timers where I don't look at my phone. I put it in a different room, or I make sure I don't have anything else that can distract me around me. And so I will set like little mini timers. I won't set anything long. So like 30 minutes might even still be too long for some people. Usually I will set some for like 15 or 20 minutes. When I'm at work and I'm about to have just a break, I'll set myself a timer of like 15 minutes. I'll go walk and I'll read on my Kindle and put some AirPods in just so I'm like zoning out the world and I'm focusing in on my book. Nothing is distracting me. That is another thing I do. So like if you need to just set a 5-minute timer or a 10-minute timer, like that can be your thing to do and slowly build it back up. If you feel like that might be too short, try a little bit longer one. Do not set yourself up for failure. I would definitely do mini reading sprints and do maybe up to 10 minutes and then take a little mini break, go do something, come back to it or whatever. And then if you want to build up while you're going, do that. If not, that's okay too. Whatever will help you get out of it to help you feel like you're also accomplishing a goal and getting a little check mark for yourself. Another tip I have is to buddy read with somebody. So right now, one of my coworkers actually started reading because of me, and she has enjoyed Fourth Wing. She's enjoyed ACOTAR. She's reading Quicksilver right now. We're actually reading that together. I already have finished it, but she is still reading it, and I'm starting book 2. That's kind of something that I like to do, is to buddy read, because it's kind of holding you accountable that you have to read the book and you have to read it with them, so that way you can talk to somebody about it. Because having someone to talk to about the book that you're really enjoying or that you're currently reading and kind of talking about it while you're reading it, it helps a lot. And if you kind of like set like little different divots of like when you want to stop reading and talk about it, like stop at different chapters and like have a discussion. Or if you have like a mini book club, like I have a mini book club and we have a certain book that we read once a month, and we set certain chapters to read by certain weeks. And once we do that, we can talk about those chapters, and then we meet up at the end of the month and we talk about the book and we discuss it. We have a whole little mini party that's themed around the book. It is so fun and I enjoy it so much. Buddy reading a book with somebody is definitely a huge tip for me, just because I enjoy it so much and I know my friend will also enjoy it. And it's just such a like relief, because you get to read with somebody and you get to talk to them about it. And it's just such a nice little thing you can do with somebody else too that also enjoys the hobby that you enjoy. One last tip that I have for you to help you get out of your reading slump is to change how you read a book. Are you mainly a physical book reader? Are you mainly reading on your Kindle? Are you mainly reading an audiobook? A lot of times when you're doing it one specific way, changing how you're reading or listening to a book helps change and gets you out of a slump. So like for me, I usually read a physical book, but sometimes I will swap over to my Kindle if I feel like I'm getting into it, or vice versa. Audiobooks don't usually work for me. I can't really get into it and I get distracted, and if I'm doing one thing, I'm not listening to that book while it's going, and I've missed people talking while they're telling me what's going on in the book. So because of that, audiobooks just don't usually work for me. These are my tips to help you get out of a reading slump. If you have any other tips that I didn't say that helps you get out of a reading slump, please leave me a comment down below and I'll probably try and add them to my list, because sometimes these don't even help me get out of a slump and I need something else to try and help me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.